I'm TW Beekman. I'm the one who, I guess, email with a lot of you. And so, on behalf of our organizing committee, I would like to welcome all of you to this dinner today to celebrate the formation of our club. I guess everybody knows the name of the club, right? But anyway, so all the tables are named for that, in case if you didn't know. But anyway, so first of all, there are a lot of people who work very hard to make this happen. So the first one is Vicky. Yeah. Vicky is the owner of this restaurant. She is very generous to promise us that we'll have the best of her food. So if you have any complaints, just address her, right? Message to her. So, and also, not only that, she actually gave us a tremendous amount of discount. And so, she knows, we professors are kind of poor. So we can't afford this kind of banquet rate. So she will give us a banquet dinner, but at discount rate. So we can't afford it. Well, thank you very much, Vicki. Well, fortunately, she and her husband originally planned to join us, but both of them just caught a cold. And so they're very selfless, so they didn't want to spread their cold. So they say they are not going to join us today. So we can have more food. So next, actually, I would like to acknowledge the organizers. Now, this idea of having a Chinese club actually was suggested by a number of faculty members in this room. But they say they're too busy. They cannot do it. But they think it's a great idea. Somebody should do it, right? So they always pointed to me because I'm retired. Say, hey, you say you have lots of time. Why don't you do that? Okay, so after 2 or 3 years, we finally found 4 great faculty members. As you know, if you want to have something done, just get the women, right? They will get together and get things organized. So now we have 4 wives here. Could you all stand up? Each one of them is at one table. You can introduce yourself. And who's wife?
My name is Barbara, and actually Sultan is my husband. And today I want to introduce myself as Barbara, my name is his wife.
Oh, so her husband, actually, today you are his spouse.
No.
Okay, sorry.
The other family.
All right. You know, Barbara is extremely 能干, as you all know, right? I mean, many of you know her. So, 能干, do you understand what 能干is?
I have help here.
I was just going to say, you see, the Hennessy speak a certain amount of Chinese. And
exactly.
Now, we have another organizer here.
My name is Xiaowen Wang, and my husband is Jun Li at math department. Thank you. Oh, he's out of town.
Well, her husband is a big tennis player. We just played about 2 days ago, I think. Unfortunately, that doesn't come so far. Who's there?
I think me.
Pardon? Okay.
赵慧轩. So, that's my husband.
Okay, then there's the other table. Bison.
Husband in engineering school.
So now, without their hard work, this could not have happened at all. So we actually started getting together in October, and now we already have an inaugural dinner. So I think we're pretty efficient, don't you think?
Correct.
Yeah. So thank you. So we're even thinking about making this team permanent, so we can go and attack some world problems. Maybe we'll have them solved in no time, right? Okay.
With your leadership.
No. I'm just a servant. Okay, so now everybody's seated, and I think everybody's here. Now I think we'll introduce the speaker. I don't think he needs any introduction. So John. I actually forgot to thank the Hennessys for coming to join us to celebrate the event. I think this is a stamp of approval. Or you're here as a
Preliminary.
you're here as a private citizen. Okay, so
Summers tried the private citizen thing. It didn't work. Thank you, TW, and thank you for your hard work in organizing this organization. I think it certainly is a testimony to the strength of this community and the critical part it plays at Stanford. You know, it was just about 40 years ago that one Richard Lyman, then president of Stanford, and a Harvard alum, TW, good, went with the president of Harvard, a Stanford alum by the name of Derek Bach, on a trip to China, which was the reopening of academic exchanges and academic interaction in China, just about 40 years ago. Now you see how far things have come in that last 40 years. Now we're in a situation where of the international population of students at our university, the largest source is China. It passed by India not 5 years ago, I think, and there's no looking back at this point. So it's been an amazing time to see that. The number of faculty on campus who either come from Chinese American backgrounds or from China is dramatically increasing, I think, and we've seen that occur over time. And this is a time when there's a lot going on as well. And I know some of my colleagues are going to talk about these, so I'm just going to touch on a few things. We're really excited to be underway on our center at Peking University, and I know Jean Oy, who has been the champion and the force behind this and really pushed this, has been absolutely crucial. We will be the first university to have a permanent presence on any campus in China. All the other universities that have presence in China have rented office buildings or things near the campus. We will be on the campus of Peking University in a wonderful location. And Jean, I'm sure, will say some more about the programs that are going on there, but it will cover the spectrum from our graduate programs to our undergraduate programs. We're really excited about this. It's a wonderful opportunity, I think, to really do something that's really important to our future as a university. Probably some of you know we've also been engaged in a number of exchange programs and interactions with a number of our colleagues and universities in China, in particular, most heavily with Beida and Tsinghua. So the engineering school now is in year number 4 of an exchange program. This year expanding. It initially started with Tsinghua, where we have students from Tsinghua coming over, taking courses and working. This summer they'll be working actually on research projects in our laboratories. And we'll be sending our students abroad there. One of the great advantages for us have been that the students that are here from China form up as buddies, so that when we send our American students over there, and they are a bit overwhelmed by Beijing, they have a friend there that they've met while visiting here, somebody who could help guide them around the city as they begin and undertake their internship there. So we'll now be going from this, where we've been exchanging summer students, to a program where we'll actually be exchanging PhD students for 1 to 2 quarters with both Beida and Tsinghua. So I think it's a really exciting opportunity to get the 2 universities working together, get the 3 actually, the 2 in China and Stanford even closer together. There's also an amazing amount. I'm just going to go from one end of the campus to the other, just to give you a feel for some of the incredible diversity of things going on. Sam So is seated in the back, has a great Asian liver center that he's working on that's really doing incredible work. And Sam's been doing really fantastic work trying to work on the issues of hepatitis immunization in China. I think a critical issue, and one that often in rural and poorer areas, children don't get immunized. It's a real problem. So Sam's been doing really terrific work in this, really outstanding. We also have an active collaboration going with Shantou, which is the university that was founded by Li Kai-shing, the person who recently gave us the naming gift for our new medical school building, our new education building in the medical school, the Learning and Knowledge Center. And we've got a collaboration going with them to accelerate the movement of modern medical education into the universities in China and really begin using some of the techniques that we're using, some of the technology we're using to educate doctors into this university in China. One of the projects I've been really excited about is a project called REAP. It's a joint activity of the Education School and the Freeman Spogli Institute for International Studies, focused on the issue of getting high-quality K-12 education to rural China. So really focusing on poorer rural communities, how do we build schools, how do we get educational materials there, how do we hire teachers, and what can we do to improve the quality of education. I think as many of you know, the quality of education between the rural areas and the cities has really, the gap between them has really increased over the last few years. And this is really about how do we improve the quality of education in those rural areas. What do we do when it's hard to hire teachers, where the communities have limited funds for doing that? That's a really exciting and interesting new project. So one of the ones I'm really excited about is our new Confucius Center. And I'm sure Zhao Fen's going to say more about that. This has been a work that's been a long time in progress, but as we build out various parts of East Asian studies, it's important, critically important, that we build out the core language, cultural, and historical areas. We have great faculty working on the various issues of political democracy, political economy in China, environment in China, but we have to have a core expertise in the cultural, historical areas to really be vibrant, to understand what you're doing. I think one of the great changes that's